But they're talking right now about doing Anthony Joshua, Jake Paul.
I know, I saw that.
Jake Paul apparently wants that fight. And he agreed to, I think it was 99% to 1, where Joshua gets 99% of the money and he gets 1%. See if that's true.
Got the Jake Paul thing. There's a lot of rumors that it says that 1991 was accepted on his side, but I can't find like where he said it. I just like a lot of Instagram.
Maybe he doesn't care about the money. Like Jake Paul, like probably doesn't care about the money.
Well,
but
he has plenty of money, and if he won, oh my God, if he beat Anthony Joshua, good Lord. I mean, that's a big if, right?
I mean,
Anthony Joshua,
I do not think,
Olympic gold medalist, former heavyweight champion of the world. What he did to Francis Ngannou, like, good Lord.
Yes.
Do you want that smoke?
Yeah, I just think it's all about the promotion or whatever. I have no idea what the actual motivation is for it. That fight's not competitive.
Joe Rogan jumped into the heated discussion around this explosive potential matchup, and his surprise was obvious as he broke down the possibility of Jake Paul facing Anthony Joshua.
Fight's not competitive at all.
Well, it's a dangerous fight.
Yeah.
Because Joshua's going to try to make an example out of him, for sure.
And will.
I mean, Anthony Joshua's one of the biggest one-punch KO artists ever.
Yes.
I mean, he's a one-punch fucking night-night guy.
Yeah.
You know, he's a great boxer, you know, very skillful.
Yeah. The Ngannou fight, we all thought it's like Ngannou with Fury. It's like, wow, this guy's in the mix now. He's in the mix. Let's see what happens. And it's like, oh, okay. Yeah. That's what happened.
Once Rogan got into it, he didn't hold anything back. He acknowledged Jake's athletic ability, noting that he's more than just a social media personality and has real competitive experience. But when the topic turned how he'd fare against a peak-level fighter like Anthony Joshua, a true knockout artist, the tone shifted.
The AJ Jake Paul news seemed to come to a surprise for many. How close are we to making that fight, Eddie?
Not that close. I mean, there are conversations. There's a lot of hurdles to overcome. But if he's serious about the fight, and if it can get made, there's a very good chance we'll do it.
Is it on Netflix, and what did DAZN have to say of the fact that it made?
One of the hurdles to overcome. But we were going to have an 8-round run out in December. Just so happens it might be against Jake Paul.
Rogan chuckled and basically admitted that this wouldn't be a fair fight. Still, the matchup sits right at the crossroads of hype, spectacle, and sheer entertainment. The exact zone Jake Paul thrives in. Then the discussion turned to why Joshua might even consider it. The financial stakes are enormous. Love him or hate him. Jake brings in massive revenue whenever he fights, and Joshua is well aware of that.
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he'd probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than we'll fight anybody else that he can fight.
Joshua's legacy is already cemented. Olympic gold, unified titles, worldwide recognition. But huge payday is always appealing. After his tough defeat to Du Bois, he faced a challenging period, feeling frustrated and questioning his path. A high-profile event like this might not just be about competition. It could also be a way to reignite his drive and confidence.
Mate, it's a great thing, so we can just shut that Jake Paul nonsense away. AJ's gonna knock him out.
Would it be similar, do you think, to the way AJ knocked out Francis Ngannou? Because Eddie Hearn's just said about the rage maybe AJ.
It'll be worse. It'll be worse.
1 round?
1 round. But if he goes past 3 rounds, we don't know what's gonna happen.
Really?
Yeah. If AJ goes in there trying to mess around, trying to show his boxing skills, nah. He's gonna go in there and light him out. That's what we want.
Regaining that adrenaline and stepping into a massive event with an entirely different level of pressure is part of the draw. And realistically, if Tommy Fury was able to challenge Jake Paul in the ring, Joshua is likely to dominate even more decisively. While the fight could be unpredictable and intense, for AJ it also represents a chance to rebuild confidence, stay motivated, and secure a major payday.
I get it, right? If someone knocks on your door and says, do you want to fight Jake Paul for 100 million? You're like, you'd be stupid to say no. No, I don't want that 100 million for what would be and will be and should be easy work for AJ. Like, well, why are you going to turn down 100 million? Like, right? So I don't blame AJ and his team for taking the money. I mean, again, these guys are fighters, they're prize fighters. The biggest prize is the money. It's not the belts, people, it's the money, especially when you've already won the belt.
And when you start analyzing why Joshua would even consider this matchup, It comes down to the big payday, the massive exposure, and a chance to move past that tough loss to Du Bois. Then Tommy Fury jumps into discussion, full of energy, saying essentially, if I manage to challenge Jake Paul, just imagine what AJ could do. He delivers it with that trademark Fury confidence that leaves you questioning how he keeps that level of boldness going.
If I can beat Jake Paul, then excuse my French, what the fuck is Anthony Joshua going to do to Jake Paul? I think my dad said that AJ could beat him with his prick, and I completely will back that up. Even if AJ had a broken arm in there, it still wouldn't go past a minute. To be quite honest with you, and as a safety aspect, there's no way that fight can go ahead. At the end of the day, my God, how good does it make?
Tommy's cracking jokes, poking fun, and subtly reminding everyone that Jake never got past him. So how is Jake suddenly being pitched against an Olympic gold medalist like Joshua? And he makes a valid point. While everyone's fantasizing about this mega fight, Tommy's basically saying, you couldn't beat me and I'm not even AJ. It's sharp, funny, and the perfect reality check for all the hype surrounding Jake Paul in the heavyweight conversation.
He gets beat by Jake Paul. That automatically makes me two-time heavyweight champion of the world, doesn't it? There's no proper way. I've got to laugh about it. How are we even talking about this? He got his nut boxed off by me a little over 2 years ago. And now all of a sudden, he's talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. It's like, come on. Like, you can't be serious. You can't beat me. I'm not Anthony Joshua, am I? So it's just ludicrous.
Right after Tommy Fury tore into Jake with his sharp remarks, Mike Coer jumped in with breaking news energy, looking like he'd just sprinted straight out of a newsroom. You could feel the excitement as he confirmed it. AJ versus Jake Paul is officially happening. This isn't speculation or fantasy talk. It's real in the ring, with gloves on and everything on the line. The way he delivered the news, you could tell he was equal parts amazed and amused, wondering how the boxing world even got to this point.
Broke the news here a couple of minutes ago that Jake Paul will be fighting Anthony Joshua next month in December in Miami. I know that it's a major business, but still got to give Jake Paul major props, right? He's fighting Anthony Joshua. We saw what Joshua did to the last non-world-class boxer he faced, which was Francis Ngannou, and flattened him in 2 rounds last year. So I think it's fast.
Carpenter basically pointed out how Jake went from a planned exhibition with Tank to suddenly deciding to step into the ring with a heavyweight superstar. And it actually makes sense when you consider why AJ agreed. Minimal prep, huge payday, and a high reward, low risk scenario that accountants would love. Listen to Coer break it down. It's hard not to laugh at how unpredictable boxing has become. One moment we're debating legacies. The next we're checking the calendar wondering, this is really happening next month? It's chaotic, messy, and exactly the kind of over-the-top energy that keeps fans glued to the sport, popcorn in hand, loving every second of it.
Is there a right to question AJ's ambition in the game when he takes fights against Jake Paul?
Sure, I think that's fair for anyone to question, but me personally, I can't blame him because it's a mega payday, and it seems like it's a low risk. I think it's low risk. If Jake Paul surprises us, then fair play to him, and for AJ to get a warm-up fight in, so to speak, and make a bundle of money doing it in a high-profile event, I think it's a win.
Just when everyone was still processing Mike Copinger's AJ versus Jake Paul announcement, Bisping jumped in with his take, making it clear that this saga shows no boundaries. Suddenly it went from, is this actually happening, to, okay, they're really moving fast with this. Bisping analyzed the situation like he was narrating a high-stakes documentary, highlighting Jake chasing legacy, AJ treating it almost like a warm-up, and fans trying to make sense of it all. From Tommy Fury to this heavyweight matchup, the timeline feels completely twisted, with the spectacle of it all resembling an action-packed movie trailer. Fans are left equal parts excited, confused, and wondering how it all escalated so quickly.
Given all of that, both men are going to make $92 million each. So forget my opinion. Who gives a damn when you can bank $92 million for having a little move around in a boxing ring? Fair play. You can't on that. The reason I say it's a win-win for Jake Paul is because, listen, if he wins, then he's beating a former heavyweight boxing world champion, certainly one of the best heavyweights of his generation.
Bisping doesn't hold back, and it makes sense. He basically points out that while the matchup seems wild, when someone dangles $92 million in front of you, you'd probably step into the ring grinning. And he's not wrong. You can't blame AJ for looking out for his future, nor Jake for turning the spectacle into a moment he can hype, even if it's a total mismatch on paper. Fans are glued to their screens like it's a blockbuster rematch, drawn in by the sheer chaos. Whether it's a real fight, an exhibition, or a quirky don't-blink event, the confusion alone is making this unmissable. And honestly, every bit of this madness is entertaining.
Of course, a man that is way bigger than Jake Paul. Of course, it's a win. And if he loses, it's still a win for Jake Paul because he had the balls. He was man enough. He was willing to test himself. He would prove everyone wrong, all his critics, like me. By the way, I'm not like out there on an island by myself. Everyone says the same thing. And he would potentially prove all of those critics wrong.
After all the hype and chaos, you have to ask, did boxing just hit peak spectacle? This matchup isn't your average fight. It's a perfect mix of showmanship, skill, and pure madness. Jake is chasing a challenge most pros wouldn't touch without extreme caution, while AJ is stepping in for a payday that could fund multiple ventures. Fans are strapped in like they're riding the wildest roller coaster imaginable. No matter the outcome, whether Jake pulls off a shock or AJ dominates, the world will be talking, debating, and analyzing every moment in slow motion. This isn't just a fight. It's a full-blown event, an unforgettable storyline, and every second of the chaos is impossible to ignore.
There's no way that he loses to Jake Paul. Unless it's an exhibition match. Now, Eddie Hearn, Anthony Joshua's promoter, came out and said, "We are not interested in an exhibition match. We only want a professional rules fight."
And how would it work? Would it be an exhibition?
No exhibition. So we're not interested in exhibition. It's a real.
Let us know what you think in the comments. Who do you see taking this one? And in which round? Is this a masterstroke of matchmaking or pure over-the-top entertainment? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more updates. Catch you in the next video.